Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's Market Update. Last week, we received another update from the governor's office of how we're going to be slowly reopening Colorado. In a statement, he said that he's hoping for bars, some diners to be partially opening up by the end of May. He's also hoping that we can have schools operating normally again by the next school year. He did caution, however, saying that nothing is set in stone. This is just according to the trends that we're seeing now, the things that are going on now, and it could change depending on how things continue to progress. The governor's office is also strongly encouraging Coloradans, for the citizens, to continue to wear masks out in public. Right now in Colorado, it's not legally required to wear a mask while you're out in public, but the governor's office is encouraging it because it's a small step, it's something that everybody can do, and it's something that across a large number of people can ultimately help the situation. He stated that all Coloradans should be wearing masks. It's a smart thing to do, and Coloradans are very smart. Which I don't think he was accounting our driving skills as a whole in general, but that's besides the point. Care and Share Food Bank as well as the Salvation Army have been hard at work the past couple weeks since the start of this pandemic. Near the beginning, they put together a program to deliver food, groceries, and other consumables to senior citizens who were being encouraged to stay home. The program is now expanded to offer help to anybody who does need help and has a hard time with transportation. Volunteers for the Salvation Army and for Care and Share Food Bank are delivering anywhere from 30 to 45 meals per day, and on their very busy days are delivering up to 90. The Red Cross has joined in as well to help out with deliveries depending on where demand is at, depending on how much help is needed to deliver these groceries. If you or anybody you know is looking for help or needs help, you can call 211 or visit the link that I'll have somewhere on the screen, somewhere in the description. With everybody staying indoors more and more, our local wildlife is becoming more comfortable in their normal habitat and in our habitat as well. Last week, a couple had an encounter with a bear while they were camping at the Golden Eagle campground off of Highway 115. Our reports say that it was a young black bear that came into the campground. He came in and was just curious about what was going on. While he was exploring the campground, he knocked over a stove, knocked over a table and some plates. Overall, was kind of a lousy house guest. And at one point knocked over the tent, stood on top of it on his hind legs, and just kind of looked around. The couple tried to sneak off, tried to yell at the bear to try to scare it away, and successfully scared it away when they set off their own car alarm. Nobody was hurt in this encounter, and CPW officials say that it was just a young bear who was probably curious about what was going on, had no aggressive tendencies, and they've set up a trap so they can catch and release it further away from people. Here in Colorado, we're not the only ones who are experiencing more encounters with wildlife. Marilyn Sullivan had an encounter with a bobcat in an area where she says they hardly ever see wildlife at all. Her security cameras caught footage of a large bobcat that was roaming around the city, that was roaming around the neighborhood in a suburb in Chicago. Now, nobody said that they've had any close encounters where they're face to face or several feet away from this bobcat. And as of right now, it's not seen as a threat. Neighbors are being warned to keep an eye out for it and to maybe not be out alone. But this is one of many cases of an animal exploring more and more of its territory, with less people being out and more people staying inside. So in the last couple of weeks, we've taken a look at different data telling us about what's been going on in the market as of late. We've taken a look at inventory to see how many homes are coming on the market, how many are being sold. And we've been seeing that less homes have been coming on the market, and that we're still seeing about the same number, about 90 to 95% of the same homes, the same amount of homes being sold. We've also seen that home prices so far in the Colorado Springs metro area have stayed pretty steady over the last couple weeks, over the last 2-3 months. So what we're going to be taking a look at is the days on market, or how long it takes to sell a home. That is the time it goes on the market to the time it goes under contract with the sale that goes through. Now, the time it takes to actually close on a house can vary quite a bit. The average is about 4 weeks to go from going under contract, from an offer accepted, to closing where keys are handed off and the house is funded. In the last week, the properties that did close took 21 days to go under contract, compared with the year before, where it took 24 days. The week before, it took 21 days for a home to sell, compared with the year before, where it took 27. The year before, it took 22 days for a home to sell. The same week the year before, it took 26 days. And the week before that, it took 24 days to sell a house. And the year before, it actually took 36 days on average to sell a house. And again, looking at these numbers, it's been very interesting to see how steady some of the numbers have been. Like, it's taken less time to sell a home this year than it did last year. Even with everything that's going on, we're seeing some steady numbers as far as the median price and the average prices, but we're seeing the inventory has been way down. So we'll continue to look at the numbers, see how this develops over the next 30, 60, 90 days to see what changes happen in the market. To get these numbers and updates in a very simple to look at and to compare way, you can head over to Instagram and follow Spring's Home Directory. That's it for this week's market update. And thank you guys for watching.